Hi sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today we have about a 20-minute yoga session devoted to the new moon in Virgo. The moon in Virgo energy is very much like cleaning up your space, being very thoughtful, analytical, intentional. Virgos are an organizational sign. They tend to be more cleanly, and they like to think about how to streamline and make things highly effective. And so this is what you're being encouraged to do at this time. The new moon is the time that you plant your seeds. So you create your intention, what you want to see by the next full moon. This is the time to optimize your schedule, become really clear about what you want, your intentions, what you want to bring into your life. And so it's a good time to come up with a good functional routine that really allows you to get into that headspace, to be clear, and also setting your intention and knowing that you're worthy of receiving it. Virgo, they just kind of know what they want. They're quite confident generally. It's a time to kind of embrace that energy within yourself. I invite you to hold that mental space and bring that through this yoga session. I will kind of remind you throughout the yoga session. Oftentimes I like to leave you to be more in your headspace and connect with your body. My offering is that you stay with yourself, your breath, your body, and really feel into it and analyze what's going on and see if that helps. Maybe you have some kind of revelations as we're going through this practice. So all that being said, whenever you're ready, meet me on your mat. Begin with me at the top of your mat. Roll your shoulders down and back, feet hip out, hip width distance apart. Get nice and rooted in your feet here. We're going to activate everything in our mountain pose. So hips to ribs, ribs to hips to activate your core. Biceps, triceps are active here. Glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, everything is pressing down into the earth and activated. And release. Shake it out. Go ahead and face the front of your mat. Once again, roll your shoulders down and back. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Gently lean back, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, press the air away. Chin to chest. Inhale, reach both arms out and up to gaze up. This time on your exhale, flat back swan dive. Let your hands come down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins, flat back. Exhale, press your palms to the mat and step back for your plank. Hold your plank here. Hips to ribs, ribs to hips. So we're rooting through, we're grounding here. We're setting our intention. Analyze yourself, analyze how you feel in each position we go through. Analyze how your plank feels. Inhale here. On your exhale, come down to your chaturanga, so lower your knees or not, heart down towards the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for your first down dog. Lengthen through your spine, rooting through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Close your eyes. And breathe into the space, breathe into your spine. Focus your inward gaze towards your third eye. Be mindful and connected. One more breath here. On your inhale, raise your right leg up and back for three-legged dog. And exhale, guide it through to meet both hands. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And on our exhale, rotate out into your warrior two on the right. Shoulders down and back, hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Any clothing adjustment, go ahead and feel free to join me there. Really rooting through that back heel, nice and strong in your front. Thinking about the earth element, grabbing at your feet. Pressing into it, activating from the base of your feet all the way up to the top of your head. Inhale here. Exhale, lengthen through your right leg. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, hinge at your right hip and come down into your version of triangle. So option for a block here, anywhere your hand feels comfortable to rest on your leg. Honor where you're at. Gaze up if that feels good on your neck. Breathing here, lengthen through your spine. Your left hip is rotating back. Your right hip is rotating this way. So towards the front of your body. Inhale here. Exhale, windmill your left hand down. Rotate your back heel from the earth. Both palms planted on the mat. And step it back into your plank. Once again, set your attention here. Hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Setting your intentions and feeling worthy for them. Knowing that you can be anything that you believe and choose to believe that you can be. From here, lower down to your chaturanga, knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Lengthen through your throat, open your heart, tailbone down. Tuck your toes, bend your knees, and lift your hips up and back. For downward facing dog once again. Rooting through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Maybe close your eyes and focus as if you're looking at your third eye. Rooting into that space. Breathing into it, connecting to it. Inhale, raise your left leg up and back for three-legged dog. On your exhale, guide your left foot through to meet both hands. Low lunge. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And exhale, rotate your right foot down to the mat and round out into your warrior two. Shoulders down and back, nice and long through your spine. And I'm going to turn to face you. So warrior two on the left, nice and long. Once again, that earth element, feeling it. Even if you're in an apartment raised feet above the ground, it's still all connected. Just like wires conduct electricity. Really rooting through, lengthen through your spine, hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Inhale, lengthen through your left leg, and on your exhale, hinge at your left hip and come into your version of triangle. So wherever that is for you, honor that. Gaze up if that feels good. Once again, rotating your right hip back and your left hip more towards the front of you. As if you're wedged in between two pieces of glass. Inhale to rise. Exhale, windmill, both hands all the way down to meet your mat. Frame that foot. Unhinge your back heel from the mat and step it back into your plank. Once again, holding plank, hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Rooting through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Setting your intentions. And from here, we're actually just going to come back into our down dog. But it's going to get a little tricky here because we're actually going to lower down into dolphin. So to do that, we're going to bend into our knees, lower our knees to the mat first, come into our tabletop, plant your elbows down. You can clasp your hands here or prayer them together. And then tuck your toes, press into your toes, lift your knees, and raise your hips up and back for dolphin pose. So your heels may or may not touch the mat here currently. Mine are not. Engaging your core, engaging your shoulder blades down and back, pressing your elbows into the earth, lengthening through your spine, focusing your intentions. Connecting your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye. a little bit of irony here as it's reversed. And gently lower your knees to the ground and come to sit back on your heels. Roll your shoulders down and back. Roll them forward. And we're going to come into our camel pose. So go ahead and come up to your knees and bring your knees about hip width distance apart. Tuck your tailbone, hips to ribs, ribs to hips as much as you can. Take your hands and place them at the base of your spine, right around your hips, as if you have pockets. That's where your hands are going to go. So the heel of your hand should be just right at the end of your back, right above your hip bone. So inhale here. Exhale, gently lean back. Open your heart, open your throat, tucking your tailbone. Option to let one hand or the other, both, to come behind you. Option to keep your toes tucked or not, to raise your heels to your hands. An option to sink lower and deeper with your head behind you, raising your heart towards the sky, pressing your hips forward, breathing into your throat. And gently bring both hands back to the base of your spine. Gently come to sit back onto your heels. Let your hands come down in front of you. Guide your knees out to the edge of your mat. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, come down to your child's pose to release all that tension that we just created. Third eye to the mat, focusing your breath, breathing from the base of your tailbone to the crown of your head, from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. Feeling the expansion of your lungs, feeling your ribs expand and contract on each inhale and exhale. Sinking deeper to the ground. Gently walk your hands back towards you. Bring your knees back under your hips, come into our tabletop. So hands directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. Tuck your toes here. Inhale, open your heart, raise your hips, and gaze up for cow. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest, navel to spine. Really rounding through here, tailbone pointing down, rounding through your spine, the upper and the lower. And come back to center. We're going to lay down on our stomachs, so gently walk yourself down into a laying position. Extend your arms out ahead of you. Get nice and long through your spine. Press your kneecaps into the ground. Lift your quads from the ground here. Pressing the tops of your feet into the ground. And release. We're going to come into bow pose. So take your feet back towards you, so your feet towards your glutes, and grab your ankles if that's possible. If you need a rope here or a strap, option to do so. Also option to just come into an arched back hold. So you can stay here, shoulder blades down and back, elbows up, or you can go into the full version of bow pose. And you're pulling your feet away as you lift your heart towards the sky. Pelvic bone into the ground. And release all the way back down. Come back into your child's pose. Knees hip width distance. Walk your torso back. Forehead to the mat. Breathing into this space. Guide your breath from the base of your tailbone to the crown of your head, and from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. And gently walk yourself back up to sit on your heels. And guide your hands to the left to guide your seat down to the mat. Turn all the way around, face the top of your mat. Bend in through your knees, get nice and long through your spine here. We're gonna come into boat pose next. So really activate your core, hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Think about compressing those 2 points together. Go ahead and release your hands, palms towards the sky. So this is option 1. Option 2, lift your feet from the ground, maybe one foot or the other. Option 3, extend your feet. Holding here. Activating your core, your solar plexus, moving that energy up your spine, all the way through your heart, your throat, your third eye. And gently lower your knees, come back to sit up. Clasp your elbows around your knees and clasp your hands around your elbows. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine and exhale round through your spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Maybe gaze down at your belly button. And just releasing some of that tension. And gently rise. Extend your legs out ahead of you, shake them out. Roll your shoulders down and back. Roll them forward. And come to face me in a nice easy seat. We're going to end this session with a little bit of breathing practice and meditation. So get nice and rooted in your sit bones. If you need to, go ahead and grab a bolster such as that, or a pillow or a blanket to maybe raise your tailbone from the ground so you can lengthen through your spine a little bit. Guide your palms towards the sky, hands on your knees, shoulders down and back, open through your heart. And breathing nice and deep. Get nice and rooted here. Now we're going to do Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. So take your right hand, and your 2 middle fingers go in between your forehead, and your thumb comes to your right nostril and your ring finger comes to your left nostril. If you have a nose ring, such as I do, go ahead and place the ring nostril or the ring finger down towards the end of that nostril instead of up higher. That way you don't hurt yourself. All right, so nice big inhale here. On your exhale, thumb comes to right nostril and you're breathing out of your left nostril. Inhale through your right, so ring finger to your left nostril. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your right. Exhale through your left. 2 more times. Inhale through your right. Exhale through your left. Last time on this side. Inhale through your right. Exhale through your left. Hold both nostrils down, don't breathe. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. 2 more times. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. Last time. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. And then pinch both nostrils closed and hold your breath, chin to chest. And release. Take nice deep breaths here. We just connected both hemispheres of our brains. Roll your shoulders down and back, roll them forward. Tilt your head to the right, gaze up, and tilt your head to the left, and gaze up. Come back to center, feeling the connection in your body and your mind. Palms back towards the sky for receiving. Close your eyes and look inward. Think about what seeds you want to plant at this new moon. Think about what you want to harvest by the full moon. This time is about setting intentions and knowing that you're worthy of them, becoming clear, be analytical, but in a positive, optimistic way, not critical. It's about streamlining your focus, your intentions. What do you want to streamline? What do you want to make more efficient in your life? This is the time to do it. Rooting through your spine, the base of your tailbone, feeling connected to the earth, as earth is the element of Virgo. What spaces do you need to organize and or want to organize in your life? Setting the intention of doing so now. Don't think about how, just think of wanting to do so. It'll come to you later. You'll realize how you can bring everything together later, but here and now is just setting your intention, really feeling through what do you want, and then breathe it away. Once again, bring your focus back to your breath. Scan your body from the base of your tailbone to the crown of your head, and from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. Feeling the space you've created in your mind and body. Inhale, raise both arms out and up, press palms together. Exhale, bring hands to heart center in prayer. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, as you hinge from your hips, bow to yourself. And thank yourself for this opportunity to reconnect to your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. I hope you really enjoyed that and that you feel a little bit more focused and clear about what you want to invite in your life. If you really like that, then go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you feel like anybody else would benefit, then go ahead and share it. Keep sharing your beautiful light within, and namaste.